Let's read Hebrews 11:6. And without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. So our relationship with the Lord is dependent on it. Faith is what brings things God has provided for us from the spiritual realm into the physical realm. Everything the Lord does for us is accessed through faith. Yet there is much confusion about faith today. Well, the Bible is our manual with the details and instructions, but few people take the time to really study it. In Ephesians 2:8, Paul says, "For by grace are you saved through faith, and not of yourself. It is a gift of God." It's God's grace that saves us, but not His grace alone. We have to put faith in God's grace, but the faith that we use isn't our own human faith. Faith is a gift of God. Now, there is human faith. Human faith believes what they can see, smell, taste, hear, and feel. It's limited to the five senses. But when it comes to God, we have to believe things that we cannot see. How can you believe in things you can't see? The answer is that you can't believe in invisible things with human faith. In Romans 4:17 says, God called those things which be not as though they were. God's faith goes beyond our sight. God's faith operates supernaturally beyond the limits of our natural faith. That's the kind of faith we have to use to receive salvation. We access God's faith through His Word. When we hear God's Word, the Holy Spirit empowers it. And if we receive the truth, God's supernatural faith enters it. God had to make His kind of faith available to us so that we could believe in Him and receive His salvation. In Romans 12:3 it says, God has dealt to every man the measure of faith. God didn't give us different measures. We all receive the measure of faith. All born-again Christians receive the same amount of faith. So we have the same faith that Paul had. Paul said in Galatians 2:20, I am crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Christ liveth in me, and the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave Himself for me. Paul did not say that he lived by faith in the Son of God, but by the faith of the Son of God. The measure of faith that Paul has was the same measure that Jesus had. It was Jesus' faith. If there is only one measure of faith, then we also have the faith of Jesus. So we have the same quantity and quality of faith that Jesus has. Therefore, we can do the same works that Jesus did. If Satan can blind you to this truth, then he can keep you from using the faith you have.